Hello everyone, my name is Paul Mayoi, and we're back. Pokemon Y Shiny Hunting episode 273, Banette. If you didn't watch the last episode, why didn't you? And before I get into this episode's topic, I want to talk about something cool I learned in the Pokemon battles and all that. So apparently, you know how ground type moves normally can't hit, flying type moves or Pokemon with the ability to levitate. Well, apparently that only is said to the attacks ground type moves. It doesn't. It's not to. It doesn't apply to the ground status moves like uh, sand attack. Because for me, I was yesterday I did a battle and there was I was up against a Gyarados and I started out with my Dugtrio and I was like, okay, I might as well try to sand attack if I can. And it worked. It was still a flying type because Gyarados is a water flying if you didn't know. And that's awesome because now I don't have to have my what's it called, my auxiliary out in front when I do stuff like when I want to sand attack those Friend Safari Pokemon and Anton's Friend Safari and other ones too. So that's pretty cool because that always saves a turn and that's great. So alright, so switch to the other trash can because clearly that was trash bin. So let's see what we got. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, yeah, let's get into the topic now. I just want to make sure to get that out of the way because I thought you always had to do something sneaky transform their type or something like that. So that's awesome to know because that can be really key because with of course Dugtrio's Arena Trap, if it's a bad matchup for them and Dugtrio can take some hits, if you just keep setting up Sand Attack, they can't get away unless they have an attack that switches them out like U-turn or something like that. So yeah, it's a pretty good strategy because you don't expect that from something like Dugtrio, which it's pretty easy to kill because it doesn't have that great of defenses. I mean, it has pretty good health, but if Pokemon has really low defenses, you might as well just give it not that much health because it's gonna get one-shotted anyway. But sometimes Dugtrio does take a hit, but either way, I'm gonna get into the topic now. So topic is a personal thing, and it is about my imaginary brother, Mystery Instamayoi. And the reason I created Mystery was specifically originally for Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember when I first played through Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, there is so many. I found out that you can see the way the characters' decks are. Like you can edit them, and you get the recipes for them. If you have the cards, then you can just have it automatically created, which I think was so cool. And I was like, okay, so why don't I just try to create as many decks as I can that I think are that I'm able to edit them and all that, and just make them have a rule to make whenever I want to use them. Have because they are, most of them are burn. Well, not most of them, but some of them are burn decks. Most of them make it super easy to special summon. So I've made myself to have a handicap on using those decks. And I pretty much my original thing was I roll a dice, but if I have access to the website, I just go to the random number generator and just put 1 through 6 in case the dice was being annoying or something. I don't know. Because I play because my room is carpet floor, so it's kind of screws up the dice roll. I don't have that many hard surfaces, so yeah. But anyway, so yeah, so pretty much I was wanting to make that a handicap. So pretty much an odd number being heads, pretty much, and then a even number being tails. So I got the ones I wanted with odd numbers. So pretty much before I would do a duel with those, and actually, yeah, I never used them against other people because Or maybe I have. I think it was only with like friends that I made. I don't think it was ever against just a straight up random person at first. Um, but anyway, yeah. So pretty much before the duel, if I rolled a odd number, then that means I don't have to use the whole handicap thing throughout this duel with that deck. So I do that each time I do like another duel with those decks, and there's a lot of decks. If you wanted to see them, it's on my box files. There's like 300, I think. It's crazy, but it's true. Or maybe not 300, but like I don't know how exact, but it's like way over 100. I know that. And yeah, it did take a lot of time to make those because I wanted to edit them and all that, and make sure they only have 40 cards, just because, just so it's not super overpowered. And some of them I wasn't able to even make because they wouldn't be able to have at least 40 cards, because some of the cards in there were just like really dumb, like either really pointless to have in there or something like that. So sadly, not some, but I think a good amount of the decks that I wanted to make, they couldn't be made because of that whole thing. But anyway, so yeah, pretty much like I said, if I got it like even number before the duel when using those decks, then that means every time in that duel, um, where I would want to summon or set a monster or activate a spell or trap, then I would have to roll the dice or do the random number generator, and then it applies to, if I get an odd number, then I can do that action. But if I can't, then I don't get to do it. So with that one, it works is, of course, you can only normal summon once per turn, or normal set. So I only get that chance once per turn for that. But then when it comes to like activating a spell or trap on my turn, I do that, and it only works like I can only do the heads or tails thing on each of my cards that I can actually activate, that I want to activate. And when it comes to this, you really want to just activate what you can while you can, because like I said, it's going to be 50-50 each time. So it makes it interesting because it really makes it more fair. But of course, like I said, if you get lucky before the duel and get an odd number, you pretty much don't have to do that during that duel. You just go all in. And it's crazy because sometimes you get like really lucky, but you have to like be taking the 50-50 chance because you didn't get the right call before the duel. So yeah, it's really awesome that I made it like that. And originally, Mystery and Sumayoi, like I just had that as me. I was just like having that as like I would be named that person if I was doing that whole strategy, like using those decks. And oh yeah, also each time I use those decks, it would be like I have these decks numbered, and whatever number it lands on, then I use that deck. So it's random each time, unless it's a like rare chance that I use one back to back. But most likely that wouldn't happen because, like I said, there's like over 100 of them. So anyway, yeah, because originally I was just like having that character as he lost his memory and all that, and it was me, but he lost his memory and he had the power to summon all these decks, but he had a curse to be having restricted of using those. So yeah, the reason like I never like mentioned that I had those decks in my box file, because I know people are probably gonna just go and use them and just be, like not have any restrictions, and then I just hate that because I don't want to have more people using the cheap annoying decks without any chance of the handicap curse. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's originally why I made Mystery Insta Mayoi. I was just making him, and I was, like I said, I was just creating those, and I was like, okay, since I'm doing this handicap, might as well make a character out of it, because that's pretty interesting. And then he actually ended up, like I said, him being like an imaginary brother, because I've always wanted, I have real life brothers and all that, but they're like way younger than me, and I like have older sisters too, but I was like always hoping that I would just somehow have like a brother that's really close to my age, or one that's like older than me, so I can like learn some stuff, and maybe he'll be just like me, but sadly he's not. Well, then again, my best friend is pretty much like my brother, so I guess that works, but I mean like blood relative pretty much, so. But anyway, yeah, I think that's cool because I actually made Mystery, like, he's supposed to be 4 years older than me, and I just think that's cool because originally I was like I said, I was thinking that he would just be me in like a parallel dimension also, but he lost his memory, so, and then he always keeps his like face covered um, by the hood, the Organization 13 coat. But also with Lou, I know I talked about him the last time when I talked about these personal topics. For him, since he's technically my son, I'm gonna say he's like 4 years younger than me, but he's still like really experienced though. He knows a lot like I do. So yeah, cause just just because it would be weird if like your kid was the same age as you, like they travel through time, and then it would just be weird because they wouldn't really be like your kid. You're the same age, so there's not really any respect your elders thing. So yeah, even though 4 years is not that much older, but it's whatever. But anyway, yeah, so and spoiler alert, you definitely will see Mystery in my sprite animation series. He's the other third final main character that's like on my team pretty much. Not right away, you'll see in the sprite animation, but yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's pretty much that's who Mystery is. That's who Mystery Instabayoi is. And I know his name is pretty cheesy. Oh, Mystery, yeah, okay. But I just think it was awesome because, like I said, it was a mystery. His original purpose was like I said, for those random decks, just to have that handicap curse. So yeah, I don't care if it's corny or cheesy or whatever you want to call it. I think it's pretty cool, and it looks really awesome with the whole way I set it up. When you put that name next to Instamayoi, the Y and everything looks really cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it with who Mystery Instamayoi is. And I know he doesn't have as deep as a backstory as Lou does, but he's still pretty cool. He's still part of the family, So anyway, so yeah. So anyway, I want to talk about. Let's see. Okay, with my my sprite animations, I'm almost finished. Like I'm very confident that today I'll be able to finish off my personal character's sprites because I only have two. Well, pretty much no, not two. I have like three left, but one I'm able to make pretty fast because I already got that design down. But the other two, it's gonna probably take the rest of the day, like that I'll work on it. But I'm just hoping I'll be able to finish today. But if not, no, well, there's always another day. But anyway, I'm getting really good work on it though. It's looking pretty freaking awesome. Like, I'm amazed how the simple stuff I'm doing with it, like combining on different sprites. I think that looks really cool, and you'll see what I'm talking about when the time comes. Whenever I finally get to that point in the series, because sprites I'm working on right now, you're not going to see until way later in the season 1, so it's going to be crazy. It's going to be pretty amazing. But anyways, this is the last one we'll check. Okay, it's not a Pokemon. Alright, well, if you enjoyed the episode, you'd be so kind to support me by donating to my Patreon. As long as you're not putting yourself in a bad spot by doing so, of course, then feel free to. The link is in the description down below. And I'll be seeing y'all later. I've been your host, Instabayoi, and goodbye.